Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, while we move to the other section, but because our speaker, maybe she or he have the problem with internet connection. But anyway, we have the video record of Professor Marilyn L. Grady of University of Nebraska, Lincoln of United States. So our team will play the video record of our guest speaker. So please watch and enjoy it. And when you listen or watch the video, you can drop any question to our Zoom chat box. Thank you. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please waiting and stay tuned. Our team will play the video record of our guest speaker. So I would like to introduce the topic again. So the topic is about mentoring practice in higher education leadership. So the video record is of Professor Marilyn L. Grady from United States. So please watch and enjoy it.
My name is Dr. Jody Redding, and I am presenting today on mentoring practices in higher education leadership. And this presentation is being done in conjunction with Dr. Marilyn Grady and Dr. Tanya Reese. For this study, I interviewed 20 women in higher education who hold structural positions of leadership: president, vice president, dean, associate dean, chair, and director. I spoke with them about their leadership experiences, leadership at their personal best, the evolution of their leadership, and the roles that women play in the leadership development of others. Emerging from the study, exemplary mentors engage in 3 best mentoring practices. Best mentoring practice number 1, becoming a person of influence. The experiences participants described demonstrated that effective mentorship is more than a transaction. It's a reciprocal process that exemplifies the willingness to connect, convey confidence, strengthen, and challenge. Prolific in their descriptions and woven throughout the stories shared was a very prominent message: mentorship is influence. People of influence engage in 3 distinct commitments. Commitment number 1, exemplary mentors connect and share knowledge. Exemplary mentors were described by participants as someone who's willing to share, someone who's generous with their time and their information, someone who isn't threatened at all with others knowing as much as they do. They're open and honest, and that willingness was a catalyst for influence, willing to take the time to share knowledge and life experience. Commitment number 2, exemplary mentors convey confidence. In the words of the participants, she wanted me to succeed. She wanted me to be here. She helped me. She helped introduce me to people in power, people who could help move me forward. And more than anything, she articulated it. Commitment number 3, exemplary mentors stretch and challenge. Described by participants, it was the stretch and challenge that was the true source of encouragement. She challenged me to think higher, whether that was through new opportunities, applying for a new job, being on committees, or simply dreaming bigger. Best mentoring practice number 2, pulling people forward. As participants described their leadership and mentorship experiences, it was evident when women are at their best leading other women, they pull them forward. Participants did not describe engaging in one action that pulled women forward. Rather, it was a combination of actions that brings out the best in others and helps move them forward. Articulating a collective sense of pay it forward, participants described walking alongside other women, engaging in 3 distinct commitments: embracing the responsibility, showing support, and offering encouragement. Commitment number 1, embracing the responsibility. Pulling people forward begins with a call to action to accept personal responsibility to be a role model for leadership. Exemplary mentors described a sense of responsibility to those following in their footsteps. By setting the example and facilitating opportunities, participants illustrated how they help others in the way they were helped. Placing a heavy emphasis on doing, participants' experiences were filled with examples of purpose, intentionality, and action, from opening a door to seeking out women to mentor. Participant experiences centered on taking action to help grow and develop others. One of the most significant ways participants described pulling people forward was by showing support, commitment number 2. Illustrated in a variety of ways and yet echoed throughout was making sure that people have what they need to be successful. Participants emphasized the importance of being accessible, available, listening, having your antenna up, if you will, in an effort to recognize what's going on below the surface. Participants emphasized the importance of allowing people room to grow, to make mistakes, described as a reciprocal process that involves engaging in conversation and asking, not just asking questions, rather asking the right questions. Participants emphasized the value of helping women think the process through. By allowing them the opportunity to figure it out, they helped pave the way to leadership growth and development. A third commitment of pulling people forward is encouragement. Emphasized throughout was, we're all hungry for encouragement, and there is no one-size-fits-all to what that looks like, but rather the key is to nurture the relationship to figure out what each person needs. Best mentoring practice number 3, constantly learning. Iterated throughout participant experiences was the shared sentiment that leadership and mentorship are intertwined and are an active and continual process, a lifelong journey rooted in self-awareness, reflection, and the willingness to grow, all of which were described as indispensable functions of leadership and mentorship. Participants indicated that becoming an exemplary mentor depends in large part on how well you know yourself. Participants were quick to point out that leadership is a learning process that is nonstop and continual. A sentiment shared by all was, I haven't arrived. I haven't arrived at that station of completeness. And as participants spoke about their mentoring experiences, it became apparent that they collectively view leadership and mentorship with a humility and growth mindset. That keener sense of self led to greater self-acceptance, which ultimately led to greater acceptance of others. To conclude, mentorship begins with each of us. Mentorship is what you do. Supporting and growing others exists in the doing. By embracing the responsibility, accepting a call to action, we foster opportunities to support and grow others. Mentorship is a relationship, again, that begins with each of us in our willingness to connect, to share knowledge, convey confidence, to stretch, to support and encourage. Mentorship is continuous improvement. It's a lifelong process that ultimately requires a humility and growth mindset. Recommendations. Sponsorship matters. Facilitate opportunities. Because influence, it happens one moment at a time. Educate people about best practices and then seek to build community, a community that creates opportunities that encourages people to share their stories about their life, their work, their passions. Because when we learn those things about people, we gain a different level of respect for them, which ultimately opens the door to leadership growth. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you, and thank you so much for your time today and for listening to the presentation.
Okay, so thank you very much for all the participants for your listening. to our record video of presenter. So I would like to express my profound thanks for all of you for your question and also your participation. And also I would like to express my thanks to our guest speaker. Although she has any problem with the internet connection, but she tried to record the video to share with our participants. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any more questions to ask our presenter, you can go to our website and then find the information about our guest speaker and click on the email, and then you can communicate or contact to our presenter. So because of our presenter are not here, so the session is come to the end. So thank you very much for all the participants for being with us today, and also thank you very much for our distinguished guest speaker that spend your valuable time to join this session.